And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halls.
Still, as always, Alex Midway, and let's go straight to the bangers. Our two staples to start off the show. The Tesla ticker. Last week we were at 280. This week it started out at 273, had a high of 277, and it's around 275 right now. So downward trend. It's getting dosed.
It's almost like being on ketamine doesn't make your product better.
Yeah. It's weird when you're designing top end stuff, like when you're high as a kite, doesn't always work. It works great for crackheads when you think you can fly.
Well, we get over 100 downloads on this episode. We'll do the next one on ketamine, we promise.
Yeah. Uncensored.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Just nothing but racial slurs and cuss words. What's it called? I do love Cybertruck people. Like, they keep trying to prove to everyone, like, their truck is doing truck things. And there was, like, one thing. They're out there. It's some car show. And it's just a ramp for one side of a truck. And this guy, like, runs his Cybertruck up. And it's a solid maybe 12 inches on this ramp. And then the wheel starts spinning.
Yeah. That's some real differential work they got going there.
It's like when the Cadillac Escalade made it a model where it had the pickup on the back. Like, that thing's never going to a job construction site. Like, get the F out of here.
That being said, I did love the EXT. I still kind of want one.
Looks amazing. You're not fooling anybody. That could be the boss. It's like the King Ranch of the F-150s. Like, essentially, it's that. And at least it looks decent. This thing is Roblox.
Yeah. I've always wanted the EXT. And I also hate manual labor with all my heart. So it kind of fits for me.
It's like the lumberjack jacket and skinny jeans. That's essentially what it comes down to. Like, buddy, you ain't chopping no wood.
It is a Carhartt vest with 0 stains.
You, sir, have never pulled an all-nighter on White Monster Energy.
You've never had that double Marlboro breakfast.
You've never punched your wife.
You've never stolen an extra taquito in that box on your way to breakfast in the morning.
You've never screamed, "Speak English" to someone.
Elon's going to listen and steal all of this for his new comedy career he's working on.
Chainsaw!
Please stop calling it a swastika.
I keep seeing pictures of him like way back in the day, the episode we did. And it actually is on Apple Podcasts now, Bald Elon. So if you ever need to feel better about yourself and, I don't know, you get some free time after you've been fired from your government job, just look at the guy who fired you and know that you too can be anything in this world.
Just, I hate to go back to the old ways where we like attach value to looks, but you can't look at picture of old Elon and be like, yep, that's the loser who convinced half this country that he was a genius.
Yeah, that guy's got 20 kids. Like, they're no looks.
His whole fame should have stopped on that 4-second long cameo on the Avengers. Yeah. Where Robert Downey Jr. calls him a pedophile.
It's like the fact that he's like, I need to go ahead and restart the human race. It's like seeing like Aryan Nation and like chosen people on these fat hillbilly rednecks. And we're like, we're the master race. Like, buddy, there ain't nothing master about you.
Yeah, like this whole like I need a legion of children thing. Like, at what point of sociopath does like your mental process like, it's me, I should be the one who's half this DNA for what's going to repopulate the earth?
I just hope for every one of his kids there's 2 bullies born. I really do.
I mean, that's the part that's going to pay off with idiocracy. Eventually, some trailer redneck his kid's going to run into Elon's and just beat the piss out of him. Yeah. And steal his, $400 bottle of water, whatever this weirdo kids are going to be carrying. We need dummies at this point.
Yeah, ampersand, exclamation point, smiley face, and European money symbol is going to get beat up by Mountain Dew Camacho, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
So, speaking of clown suits, let's get into our Ukraine update. So
is it peace yet?
Yeah, it will happen in 24 hours, but they're metric hours.
Yeah.
So it's taken a while longer than the standard imperial measurement system. He said he would do it on a day. Yeah, he's like, I will fix it on a day. I never said what day, what month, what year.
It ends in Y.
Yeah. On a day ending in Y, there will be peace. So the new soon-to-be Pope, well, no, never mind. We'll get into that one later. Pete Hegseth, apparently, like the first week that Trump was in office, this is when they're still figuring things out before they started gutting every department, but they're just out there slowly taking the knife to everything. But old Petey Pete apparently calls up 11 planes fitted. They're already full of ornaments, essentially all kinds of stuff, munition shells that Biden has already promised. So the deal's been made. Like, we promised, now it's time to deliver. So Petey Pete calls 2 air bases, not just one. He calls up Dover, and then he calls up Qatar, as some people might say. And he stops both of these. First of all, this just looks like it's not smart, because not even the White House had authorized this. This is something that he did himself, and this is before his signal fame. And the fact is, when you load a plane, it's then getting fueled up and it's getting ready to take off. It's not free money to stop said plane, pay for the hours that plane could have been doing something else, offload all those things on there, and then park the plane again. So this right here just started off on that. And Pete, this would be the start of a trail that he's going to blaze straight downhill.
You know, in Pete's defense, he's got a lot going on. He's super important and definitely underqualified. So he's probably playing a little catch up. But do you have any idea how hard it is to run, our entire Department of Defense while also dealing with contractors, getting your makeup studio installed into the Pentagon?
Yeah. All while nursing a hangover?
Yeah. I mean, if anybody in this administration should know what that 2-cigarette breakfast is like in the mornings, it's the guy who needs a makeup counter installed at the Pentagon. But women are the problem.
Yeah. Well, speaking of women, Pete's also the guy who used to scream about Hillary's email. And, as well as Signal, we're finding out more about it. It's not just a Signal chat that he's having on his phone, but he's doing all this stuff on his personal cell. Like, if you're working for the government and you're the Secretary of Defense, you probably shouldn't be doing this in your personal celly. But our guy is. Not only is he running a Signal chat with his wife where he's talking about war plans, but he also uses that same number for Google Map reviews of painters and plumbers, because you can find that. He's also using it for his WhatsApp. He's booking Airbnbs, and just like the rest of us, he's on a fantasy football site named Sleeper. Unlike the rest of us, he's the Secretary of freaking Defense, man.
Well, now, could that have been a mistake? Could old drunky Brewster over here have been looking into Sleeper cells and just hit the wrong link?
Yeah, the cell is silent. You know what? I'd buy that if he wasn't on Airbnb and leaving plumber reviews. Like, The Wire came out in 2002, and you're a big fan of it, from what I understand.
I am.
Yeah, and to anyone else who's seen The Wire, it's about season 2 or 3, where they kind of go into, like, each season, and I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but if you haven't seen this series in about 23 years, like, the status limitation's off. We're telling you what happens. Season 2 or 3, they kind of take a look at it on the side of a drug dealer. And one of the things these guys slinging crack rocks do is buy burner phones. Why can't our Secretary of Defense be as smart as a guy selling crack?
Well, in his defense, Avon and Marlowe they were vetted from a young age. They were brought up and taught the correct way, and they were prepared to, sell drugs without being caught. But neither of them had a show on Fox. So, 6 one way, half dozen the other.
He's on Fox and Friends. He's in the public limelight. Why don't you people have burner phones? We literally set up a burner phone to do this podcast.
Where's Anonymous been?
Dude, I honestly I was like, you know what? Apparently I saw things like his phone numbers all over the internet. I was like, you know what? It'd be kind of a pretty cool gimmick if I came out and I knew his phone number. And honestly, I was getting really close. And this was just on the ClearNet. This is just me using, well, not Google, but Bing. Bing's where you go where you want to really find dark web-like results, but in a normal setting. And we were getting really, really close. And I was like, you know what? If I keep going with this one, in another 25 minutes or so, I'm probably going to have his phone number. And we can start prank calling him as if we were prank calling NFL draft prospects. Probably with very different results when the FBI kicks in both our doors.
Would you rather have Pete heading the Department of Defense or Schrader Sanders?
Huh?
Or Schrader Sanders?
Done. Sanders.
I would rather have Dion and Schrader in the same office. And honestly, I'm willing to bet you both of them wouldn't be using their own cell phones to do this kind of stuff.
No, they even had a new one for the draft. They got screwed over, but it is what it is. But from what I read, like he showed up on Ohio and he's actually doing like community outreach stuff. Now, whether this is like his PR department telling him to do this or whatever, it's kind of cool. Like the guy who like was all, I'm better than you at the draft, gets a little humble pie. Well, second and third servings of humble pie, ends up going to Ohio of all places. And instead of be like, F this place, I'm pulling an Eli like his dad said they would. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go do like hang out in the community. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a PR thing, but you know what? He's still doing it. It's still helping something. And if that buys him a little bit of like, you know what? I can have some humility. I say salute. More power to you.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, if we're all calling for Joe Flacco to get benched week 2, but that's a long ways from here.
I mean, it's a little upsetting when, you're handing out food to the needy with a chain the size of a hubcap. But you know what? At least he's trying.
Can I get seconds? Like the hell you can. Move along.
And you know what? I bet you he didn't need a makeup counter installed to do it.
Well, the whole world isn't watching him. But going back to the whole world, let's do a quick Ukraine update because Petey Pete, we can talk about him for God knows how long. And I do believe we need to go into some of the stuff that he's doing because, I don't know, I feel like the defense of this country is kind of a big one. And when you have a moron at the wheel, we kind of need to touch base on that one. But let's hit up Ukraine real quick because, God, we go away for 4 days and magic happens. Putin comes out and declares a 3-day ceasefire to celebrate Victory Day, which is a day that the USSR declared victory against Nazi Germany. Great. Awesome. But you can't start a war and be like, okay, 2 weeks from now, we don't fight. You can't do it one way and be like, okay, I need Saturday off. You're not requesting PTO, homie. And obviously, Zelensky came out.
He just called time. You're wrong.
Red light, green light game from Squid Game. You can't do that. I mean, during World War II and during World War I, the Nazis and the Allies, they took off for Christmas. I get it. But that's Christmas and it's 1 day. And it was negotiated and both sides agreed. You can't just come out and be like, okay, a week from now, no one attack us. So Zelensky obviously said, F this guy. He attacked us on Easter, launching 2 rockets into a mass of people praying. So why don't we just go ahead and bring out all the hits again and go back into Kursk? And that's exactly where they went. He also came out and he said a few things, and let me get this exactly correct. So they need to hit Russian pressure points and reiterated calls for a longer ceasefire. That seems about right. When you're fighting a war, you want to hit the enemy where they hurt, And in the end, you want to end this war.
Yep. Agreed.
Maria Zakharova, and this is just funny reading this part, Director of Information and Press Department, like that is a thing.
Yep.
In Russia, has called it typical terrorist behavior. So, calling for peace is terrorist behavior. Now, Putin, not to be undone, said, hold my pivo. And he came on stage, and this is exactly what he said. They wanted to provoke us so that we made mistakes. There has been no need to use those weapons, and I hope it will not be required. And by those weapons, those are the mushroom weapons. So, if calling for peace is a terrorist thing, calling for nukes, I don't know. You tell me what that is.
It sounds like he's trying to show some restraint. And this Jewish Nazi Zelensky, honestly, I can't even do it. This makes no sense to me.
Playing devil's advocate is tough sometimes. Like, I really got to turn off parts of my brain that are just wired to be turned on, man.
Yeah, it's like not everything needs to be devil's advocated. Joe Rogan.
Yeah. So those are the updates in Ukraine so far. What you got?
Well, in a slightly lighter, trying to lighten this mood up a little bit. I'm hoping you stick with the title I want for this episode called "Somebody Taught Grandpa About ChatGPT."
Tell me more.
Yeah. So Trump shared an AI-generated photo of himself as the Pope on the official White House Twitter account. And yeah, we still say Twitter, UX dorks. It's never going to stop. After he made comments saying he'd like to be the next Pope. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he came out and he was like talking about it. They asked about it. I was like, hey, man, people are kind of angry about it. It's a joke. My wife thought it was funny. He's like, wait, if I'm Pope, I'm not allowed to be with my wife. Like, buddy, you ain't even holding hands out in public right now. Like, but I'm sure you'll be a first Pope with a porn star.
I will volunteer to be the next deported to El Salvador if your wife goes on any sort of public forum and says, yes, I thought that was funny. Never. The only time that woman has smiled in 20 years is when she was holding Trudeau.
I swear to God, Barron's a kid, man. You take a look at Barron, you take a look at Trudeau. Like, that came from that stuff.
Trudeau's got dreamy eyes where you can stare directly into his soul. And little Trump has shark eyes, man. There's nothing behind that.
One's built like a wide receiver. The other one's a first-round linebacker Hall of Famer.
Yeah, little Dexter's just looking at things, wondering how much pressure it would take to break their necks. I refuse to believe they're kids. But as you went into this, outraged Catholics everywhere, as Republican congressmen, senators, and judges literally said not a goddamn word about it. And evidently the official sense of the White House is Trump's running for Pope. Not a word. Absolute silence. Nobody said anything. Checked in on Alito's house. No upside down American flag. It's almost as if the sham is not so much that God's so important it should dictate everything you do with your lives, but more of a convenient excuse for self-serving control of the masses.
Well, when you try to model yourself as a godly deity.
Yeah, I guess it's close.
Yeah.
He almost read all those words right.
I mean, the guy has his own Bible. How much more godly do you need him to be? Like, always persecuting him, that's Trump derangement syndrome. Textbook.
Yeah, it's us. JD Vance, who is Catholic and barred from many national chain furniture stores, commented on the outrage or lack thereof, saying he was fine with people telling jokes. But yeah, it's definitely Starbucks telling you to say happy holidays instead as agents of the devil, right?
Imagine the amount of crying there would be on all these people if Biden did anything. When Biden said happy holidays, they crucified the man. Trump has spoken like, nah, the guy with multiple divorces, that's my dude.
Yeah. He's the one living the godlike way. Buying wives, marrying some under golf courses. I hate this place. All right. Trump also, not to be outdone, shared a May the 4th be with you tweet. Yeah, it's still a tweet from the official White House account with another AI-generated image of himself in a Jedi robe, no sleeves, with absolutely yoked arms, holding a lightsaber. In the message, again, and I cannot stress this enough, from the official White House Twitter account, quote, "Happy May the 4th to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting so hard to bring Sith Lords, murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and well-known MS-13 gang members back to our galaxy. You're not the rebellion, you're the empire. May the 4th be with you," end quote.
Does he really think the Sith Lords are coming back?
I mean,
or ever existed?
All right.
Let's start there, first of all.
Okay, so a couple points. One, there's no chance he's ever seen Star Wars, right?
No,
not a chance. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, and I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. It's almost impossible. There's no way he actually watched that movie. Point 2, he's holding a red lightsaber, which is only used by the Sith, who are the bad guys, or the Democrats, depending on who you're reading from.
I mean, plot twist, honestly, if you did watch it, I think you'd be more on the side of the Empire.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll get to that one. 3, he's got Hulk Hogan in 1987 arms in this picture. Just veiny, massive. They're comically big on his clearly slender 224-pound frame.
Did you see the picture of Hulk Hogan and his new mustache?
I did.
Horrible.
As my all-time hero growing up, that guy just refuses to let me hit that disappointment point where I'm like, oh no. Well, at least he can't sink worse.
The bottom keeps falling out, is what you're telling me?
The Iron Sheik was right this entire time. And just to wrap a bow on old Trumpy, do you think if he actually sat and watched the first movie, his takeaway would be Luke and company are hippie socialist terrorists trying to disrupt beautiful capitalism and imperialism?
I mean, they started off by stealing, technological data. So they're terrorists to begin with. They didn't work hard for those plans to be empire. So I would imagine that's the side he's going with.
I can imagine Trump sitting there in his black robe as a melting candle, just going, the most beautiful Death Star you've ever seen. It's gorgeous. If it was my daughter, I would have sex with it. Allegedly.
Look at it. It has an inverse nipple where cream comes out of, just destroys planets.
Love it.
So, yeah. On that good note, the cream coming out the planet, I'm Alex Medway.
And I'm Eric Halsey.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.